Severe storms have become increasingly frequent and widespread across Europe over the past few weeks. Even though temperatures have remained well below what we would normally expect for May, solar radiation continues to intensify day after day, largely unaffected by the colder air masses dominating the continent. And that combination is extremely important. When strong late spring sunlight interacts with unstable air masses, the atmosphere begins storing large amounts of energy near the surface. The result is an environment capable of producing explosive convective development, exactly why Europe has recently been flooded with dramatic images and videos of severe thunderstorms. Some of these storms looked spectacular when viewed from a distance, but others quickly became dangerous, producing damaging winds, hail, flash floods, and significant local impacts.
So the real question now is this. Are we about to see the same pattern repeat itself over the coming days? Or is the atmosphere beginning to shift into a different configuration? Let's break it down together. During the next several days, temperatures across Europe will gradually begin returning to seasonal norms. In fact, by the second half of the week, many regions may even climb above average for this time of year. This change is tied directly to a larger reorganization of atmospheric circulation. After weeks dominated by persistent meridional flow, that north to south exchange responsible for repeated cold air intrusions, the atmosphere is now transitioning toward a pattern that favors the transport of warmer air from southern latitudes. The Atlantic Ridge, which played a major role in dragging cold air across Europe, is now expected to shift southeastward. As it does, it will stop funneling cold Arctic air masses over the continent. At the same time, a secondary anticyclonic core, detached during the transition of the blocking pattern, will move from southwest to northeast across western and central Europe, eventually coupling with a broader anticyclonic area positioned over the North Atlantic. This is important because it creates a large-scale corridor capable of transporting warm air from the Gibraltar Strait region all the way toward the Baltic Sea, beginning as early as Tuesday.
And while Europe was repeatedly affected by cold outbreaks, something very different was happening farther east. Over western Siberia, a thermal corridor developed that allowed extremely warm tropical air from the Middle East to surge northward. So while cities like Milan, Rome, Belgrade, and even Athens struggled to move much beyond 20 degrees Celsius, areas east of the Ural Mountains in western Siberia were approaching 30 degrees Celsius. Paradoxically, this excessive warming was produced by the very same type of blocking anticyclone responsible for Europe's cold pattern. That is one of the defining characteristics of these blocking systems. They are inherently dual in nature. On their eastern flank, they transport cold air southward, but on their western flank, they pump warm air far northward. Beneath this broader anticyclonic structure, several low-pressure systems have also managed to develop and move eastward. These depressions are fueled by cold air cores trapped unusually far south, inside regions that are normally much warmer. Over the coming days, similar cold core systems arriving from Kazakhstan will help reinforce the warm advection spreading into Europe from the southwest.
But atmospheric transitions like this rarely happen quietly. In fact, truly calm weather may become surprisingly rare across much of the continent. The British Isles are expected to return to a more classic oceanic pattern, dominated by persistent but generally light rainfall. Farther south, France will experience a mixed evolution. Initially, thunderstorms with frequent lightning are expected to develop. Later, rainfall may become more widespread and stratiform, before conditions gradually improve again toward the second half of the week, bringing sunnier skies. Moving eastward, daytime solar heating will increasingly trigger convective initiation across most mountain ranges. These storms will not remain confined to higher terrain for long, however, as many will later spread into surrounding lowlands. As the eastern low-pressure area expands farther into eastern and southeastern Europe, convective activity is expected to intensify, become more widespread, and increasingly develop directly over plains and lower elevations.
By Friday, Europe may display a remarkable weather contrast. The western half of the continent is expected to experience warm and stable conditions, with plenty of sunshine and relatively few clouds. Meanwhile, the eastern half will likely remain vulnerable to torrential downpours, hail, and strong winds, especially during the daytime hours, as the anticyclonic expansion from the southwest continues reshaping the atmospheric balance.
When it comes to precipitation totals, we are entering perhaps the most dynamically variable period of the year, and that dramatically lowers predictability. At this stage of the season, rainfall no longer behaves as large, organized frontal systems. Instead, precipitation becomes highly fragmented and convective in nature. That means completely dry areas may exist only a few kilometers away from locations receiving significant rainfall accumulations. As a general rule, hilly and mountainous regions, especially across Eastern Europe, are expected to experience frequent rainfall events. Plains and lower elevations will be much more heterogeneous, with outcomes heavily dependent on the exact trajectories of convective cells. Meanwhile, the advancing low-pressure area from the east may strongly impact the Russian plain, where repeated convective showers could lead to substantial precipitation accumulations. So yes, Europe is very likely heading toward a noticeably warmer pattern, but that warming comes with a price. Over the coming days, keeping an umbrella nearby may become a very good idea. And beyond that, protecting exposed property, vehicles, or even agricultural crops ahead of time could prove increasingly important. Because May continues to remind us of something fundamental about the atmosphere. Warmth does not always mean stability. Sometimes it simply gives storms more energy to work with. And above Europe, that energy is still very much alive.
If you found this video interesting, we would greatly appreciate if you would leave a like, subscribe, and maybe share this video with others for it to reach more of the interested community. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you very much for watching.